This week, we took a look at the recent Bald for Bucks broadcast and some of the great people behind the event.
We also look at concurrent enrollment and the boys' basketball team hosting playoffs. Welcome to this week's Kram. This is James DeGeorge.
And I'm Jane DeFranco. We start this week looking at one of our most important Rampart traditions.
Bald for Bucks has earned close to $700,000 for cancer research in local families affected by cancer in our community.
Josiah Hall has the story.
Every year, Bald for Bucks unites our community to stand against cancer. This year is no different.
Our annual Bald for Bucks assembly was held last week, and as always, it was filled with laughter and tears for those who shaved their heads. I dove into why students and staff chose to participate.
I keep coming back to do Bald for Bucks each year because I consider it a privilege to be a part of this Rampart community and our greater community with our sister schools that join us. It's a privilege to be a part of something so organic and grassroots that's grown into something so powerful and amazing to so many people.
Me and my friend Angus said we were going to do it last year, and so it's just been a commitment from then.
Well, I did it in 5th grade initially because my aunt actually had breast cancer. So that was why I did it then. But now, I mean, honestly, just like the impacts that it has on everyone's lives in the school and the surrounding community.
So I first participated in Bald for Bucks when I was in 5th grade. I shaved my head, and it was like a really good experience for me. And it honestly like made me really interested in going into medicine. So it's just like a thing like that's really important, probably the biggest reason that I came to Rampart. And then this year, since it's my last year and I'm chairing it, I decided it would be like good to cut my hair.
Bald for Bucks is an emotional time for a lot of people, so students and staff weighed in on what Bald for Bucks means to them.
I think it's amazing that everyone's getting together and either showing by doing Locks of Love or Bald for Bucks, or like even just donating or supporting everyone doing it.
Bald for Bucks, I think is an opportunity for the community to kind of come together, take care of other members of our community. I think it's kind of responsibility to help others, those less fortunate than you.
Bald for Bucks, I think, is like a chance for the community to just come together for a common goal. And I think like now we have like a lot of divide just between a lot of issues, but Bald for Bucks has been that like one constant that keeps us going through the years.
To me, Bald for Bucks is more than just a fundraiser that supports a great cause like the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society. It's a great way to support local families dealing with cancer. More importantly, it means providing the opportunity for students to come together from all over the community to support something bigger than ourselves.
A lot goes into planning this beloved event, and it may be more work than you realize.
It's pretty tedious. Like there's a lot of things that and working parts that just need to be put together. So like my main job is just delegating and like coordinating everything between the news, the sponsors, the different people who are speaking, the Hero family, and like working with people like Miss Philo and Mr. Anderson and Miss Bailey to like make it all work together.
Since Bald for Bucks is over now, let's see how students thought the event went.
It was really good. We raised like over $50,000 this year, which was like way better than last year, and everyone was super respectful and the assembly went really smoothly.
I think it went great, honestly. It was like super energetic. Like it was a little sad with the hero child passing away, but I think we were able to make it like a really nice celebration.
A lot of students shaved their head this year, so let's see how students are liking their new haircuts.
It's interesting. It's a big change. My hair was pretty long before.
It's actually really funny. I don't know. It's really nice feeling a cold breeze on my bald head.
Year after year, Bald for Bucks reminds us that we are fighting something bigger than ourselves. And in the words of the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society, together we are saving lives. Not someday, but today. This has been Josiah Hall reporting for Kram.
Thanks to all the people that made this happen.
For the last decade, community member Diane Ziegler has played a big part in making Bald for Bucks great.
Jimmy has the story for us.
Bald for Bucks brings people together from all over Colorado Springs. One person in particular has been part of Bald for Bucks for many years, and you might know her as the Hat Lady.
For many years now, one member of the Bald for Bucks community has been helping people keep their heads warm in the cold Colorado weather.
These handmade hats warmed the heads and hearts of many on the day of Bald for Bucks and in the weeks following the event.
In my daycare, I had Mr. Greg Anderson's 2 daughters. And then when they started this, I decided to make hats. I just thought it was a phenomenal way to celebrate someone.
Miss Diane has been doing this for many years. Some people have begun to amass a small collection of hats.
I have done Balls for Bucks 7 times now, and I've got a hat every single time.
I still have one from like when I first got my head shaved. It's like green and white. I still have it. It's very comfortable. Granted, that one's way more tight.
I have gotten a hat one time before in 4th grade.
I have a ton of different color hats, so whenever I want to wear beanies, they're great.
These hats hold a special place in students' hearts, even well after Bald for Bucks is over.
The hats are very comfortable. They're some of the best things I've ever felt on my head.
They're not super warm and they don't completely cook your head, but they're still very soft and nice to have. So especially when your head is so scratchy right after you shave it, it's very nice to just have these hats to wear.
Since 2015, Diane has been our Bald for Bucks hat lady. Her hats are handmade and from the heart. Consider shaving your head next year so that you can help others and get one of these keepsakes for yourself. This has been James DeGeorge reporting for Kram.
Thank you, Diane, for keeping our heads warm for a decade.
Many of our Rampart students take college-level courses while still here in high school.
Isabel Marcus and Chris Schrader went in depth in these student opportunities.
Our district offers many kinds of opportunities for students to earn college credit, and we wanted to get a closer look at one in particular. Concurrent enrollment is a program offered throughout the district that lets students take college-level courses so they can earn the credit for their future academics. The program has both online and in-person opportunities, which creates a flexible schedule for those who want to join.
So concurrent enrollment is a really cool opportunity that we have for students at Rampart, but across the state as well. So it is an opportunity for students to start taking college-level coursework as high school students.
And those classes earn both high school and college credit for the students, so it's very efficient. They get credit in both places. And the big benefit is that the school district pays the tuition, so students are only responsible for books and fees.
So we offer over 200 college majors and certificates at Pikes Peak, and students can pursue any program that aligns with their future college and career goals.
So I chose to join dual enrollment because, well, mainly my dad told me to, but also I thought it would be a good way to get kind of a head start on my future after high school.
I chose to join concurrent enrollment just to get some college courses out of the way before I could join the UCCS class of nursing.
This program comes with different opportunities and benefits for each student enrolled.
So it's been beneficial towards my academic career because some classes count towards credits here at Rampart.
It's been pretty helpful because it just helped me stay more on track of college.
I really feel like it helps students to start being intentional about what they want to do, to help plan out what they want to do, to look at what opportunities are available to them, and to allow the district to start paying for tuition toward their college education.
It can do 2 things. It can help you work toward your high school graduation requirements at an accelerated rate, since classes aren't a year long, they're a semester long, and then also earn those certificates even before graduating.
We always recommend that students take classes that are guaranteed to transfer in the state of Colorado. So all of the public colleges and universities, including the community college system in Colorado, maintain a list of classes that are guaranteed to transfer between all of those colleges and universities. And since high school students are just beginning to explore their post-secondary options, we typically recommend that they take classes that are going to transfer to any of the schools in the state so that they're meeting prerequisites for most degree programs while they're still in high school.
The process is pretty easy. We just asked Miss Hiltz if she could send us a link to the application. You fill out some basic information and you write a paragraph, I think, about why you want to be in there and what you plan to do with the credits that you get. And you submit it and wait for a response.
Counselors were really helpful. They really helped me figure out the whole thing.
Concurrent enrollment is an affordable option for students looking to get college credit while still in high school. All schools in District 20 offer this program, so if you're interested, talk to your counselor about getting involved. This has been Izzy Marquis reporting for Kram.
Our counselors can help you decide if any of these programs are right for you.
We end tonight on sports.
Our boys basketball team went into the postseason this year.
Jamie Valdez was there to cover it.
Last Friday, Rampart hosted a boys basketball playoffs game for the first time in 7 years.
The first round playoff game was against Durango. Though they faced a tough loss, the game served as a reminder of their growth, both as a team and individually.
We did a great job. I set a goal for them. Last year we finished 9-14. And at the end of the regular season this year, we finished 14-9. So we were able to flip the script, and they were able to respond to that.
Really, the atmosphere was amazing, and just knowing that Rampart hasn't hosted a playoff game since 2017, like our team being the reason, felt pretty good.
It's a lot of good things we accomplished this season, but I'd say at the end of the day, it was disappointing because losing that last game was not their ceiling. But we have to be very aware of all the good things that we achieved along the way.
It's not just about winning, but about learning from every experience and coming back stronger. Teamwork, improvement, and individual growth have been the driving forces throughout the season.
We're just kind of like a big family, we all love each other. We do a lot of team building stuff outside of school, and I think that really built a lot of chemistry throughout the year.
We all mesh well together. We all get along. We all know where people like to shoot. We know what everyone likes to do.
I'd say the growth I was much more impressed with was personal growth, character growth, values, ethics, morality, being a good teammate, being a good communicator, conducting yourself as a proper citizen. That was the growth that I really saw. And by no means did those kids reach their ceiling in that either. What was great was every time we had a tough game, they responded really, really well. So it would almost be where I'd prefer we do nothing but play tough games, because anytime it was a tough game, they stepped up their competition. Anytime it was a game where they felt they should walk over somebody, that was a little bit scarier. That was something where they might have not taken that opponent quite as seriously.
Knowing that I'm an upperclassman now, so really it's kind of it's on us. Me and my group, we win, it's on us. We lose, it's really on us. We're the leaders of the team now.
I was the only senior starting, and all the other juniors had played together for way before high school, and it meant it was a lot. Everybody knew where to go, everybody knew where everybody's going to be.
It's understanding that every kid responds to something differently. Some kids need to be encouraged, some kids need to be given space to make mistakes, some kids need to be held accountable, some kids respond to getting yelled at. And it's just, if you apply a one-size-fits-all model, it's going to be really difficult. If you can kind of see what it is that makes individual kids tick, and you can apply that, you can maximize their growth. And that's what we're here for, is to maximize your guys' growth. Being able to cope with loss, that's something that's kind of a positive that we've talked about during the season. We talked about adversity. We talked about what happens when you get kicked, what happens when you get knocked down. And this is definitely a blow. This is something that we were not ready for. We should still be playing right now, in my opinion. But it's also okay, cool, now what? And what I was really impressed with was when I met with the team on Monday, it was, okay, what's the next step? Because we're interested in improving next year. So that's a positive, where how do you respond from a setback? And they respond with, okay, what's the next step? We're ready to go ahead and get up again.
Adversity can be challenging, but it's also what shapes a team's determination. We're excited to see the Rams continue to rise and build on the lessons from this season. This has been Jimmy Valdez reporting for Kram.
Congratulations to the boys basketball team on a great season, going 14-10 and winning third in the league.
Now we'll check in with Fiona and our Stew Corner for the week.
Hey Rams, and welcome back to another Stew Corner. More fun times with the Student Council at the annual Mr. and Miss Rampart event coming up on the 8th of April. Nominations have begun, and a link can be found on the Rampart StuCo Instagram page. Also, be on the lookout for QR codes coming around in your English classes.
Thanks, Fiona.
That's all we have for this week's K-Ram.
This is James DeGeorge.
And Jane DeFranco.
Signing off for K-Ram. Win tonight on sports.
Win tonight? Into the post-season this year. Season. I'm doing great, guys. Okay, log in.
Welcome to the season.
Went into the... Stop! That's all we have for this week's K-Ram. Kram.